Good morning. It is Thursday, and I'm driving to work. You know, in life, we are often, every day we run into opportunities to share the gospel. And a lot of us think, well, gosh, I could have and I should have maybe shared the gospel with this person, or I didn't really handle this very well. And if you're like me, you worry about kind of denying Christ, right? All those opportunities that are there to share the gospel, whether it's with a checkout clerk or if it's with the policeman that pulls you over for speeding, or coworkers that you work with, right? We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to share the gospel, and when we don't, which I don't very often at all, then we feel bad about it. Some people go door to door on Sunday, or some people go out on the streets and on the street corners, as you know, to share the gospel. When I lived in New York City, I couldn't get to work without passing somebody in the subway that was sharing the gospel. Every day they would share the gospel there, same spot every day. And I kind of wondered, how do they make any money to support their families? Maybe they were independently wealthy. And I would walk by them, and I would say, God bless you. I would try to give them a word of encouragement. And I used to always think, man, I could never do that. I could never get out on the street, open my Bible, and start preaching the gospel. And again, I would get down on myself, because I would think, here I have the truth. Here I know what Jesus is about, and yet I'm not out there, as the Bible says, the Great Commission, to go out, share the gospel, go out into all the world. Then I was thinking about it, and I realized that I do share the gospel. I share the gospel quite a bit, either by actions or by the words that I say. There is an old Christian song by Bolton. His last name is Bolton. John Bolton? No, that's the former Secretary of Defense or something like that. Anyway, the lyrics go, "Thank you for giving to the Lord. Because of you, I have a life that has changed." And the song goes on to talk about the small things that Christians do that to them seem insignificant, but to somebody else made all the difference in the world. So here's my encouragement to you. You don't have to be on a street corner preaching the gospel. You don't have to be a preacher. You don't have to go in to work every day and somehow, some way try to reach a coworker. And in fact, nothing you do actually brings the gospel to people. It's God working through you that brings the gospel to people. So a simple smile and a God bless you to a store clerk, or telling somebody that you'll be praying for them, or maybe even just wearing a cross pendant. Anything, any small thing, can make a difference. And in fact, it's often the small things that make the biggest difference. And that's how God so often works. He takes the small things and makes them huge. So don't get down on yourself if you don't feel like you're not sharing the gospel enough. Don't get down on yourself if you feel like you missed opportunities. Maybe you didn't respond the way you think you should have responded. All those little things that you've done through your life are going to have an effect. And in glory, I guarantee you, people will be coming up to you that you don't even remember, and they will say to you, "Thank you for giving to the Lord. Because of you, I have a life that has changed. That's my thought for the morning.